right, welcome back. We're at C1. We're going to be creating a t-shirt design. This is page 17 in the packet if you're following along. So before we move on, we're going to turn this beautiful creature into a symbol. And you might be like, but what's a symbol? Well, if you didn't notice, next to your swatches panel, there is a symbols panel. And there's some symbols that are already in there that you can use. There's also a library book over here that links us to lots of other symbols. For instance, there is one called nature, and we can open that up and it has already vector drawn things. Okay, so we've got like a ladybug in there, and we've got grass and some of that stuff. And you can use these. For instance, I could click on grass 1 and then move this out the way and then click here, drag, and then I got grass in there. And it's as if I drew it, right? It's already got, like, it's in there. Isn't that fancy? So you can use those symbols straight out of the box like that. Or you can turn your items into a symbol. So if I run a business, there's a good chance that I'm going to want my logo to be a symbol that I can reuse from project to project. So that's what we're going to do here. And if it's a symbol, it maintains its vector properties where we can make it bigger or smaller and it doesn't lose any quality. So that's important. Now, if you want to edit this guy, if you double click the symbol and edit it, it changes every symbol. And if you don't want it to effect change of all of them, you're going to have to break the link to the symbol. So symbols are all connected. Okay. So before moving on to the next project, we're going to turn this into a symbol. Okay. So let's select our whole little guy here. Okay. And we can group it at this point. So let's go ahead and group. And then notice after we group it, one of the options in the property panel is to save as symbol. So we can save this as a symbol, or we can drag this into the symbols panel right here and we can save it that way. I'm just going to click save as symbol. It's going to come up. It's just going to be a graphic, but you can leave it. It doesn't matter. It's technically a graphic static symbol. These other things have to do with using it with Flash or Animate. But anyway, so I'm going to just call this Toucan symbol and pop that in there. And then when we hit OK, it's going to show up in our symbols panel right there. Okay. And then I can use it anywhere. But now notice if I click on him, I can't like get to the individual pieces, because if you look up here at the top, it says symbol. And so this is an instance of the symbol. Okay. And notice there's a button that says edit symbol and break link to the symbol at the top. So let me just show you, for example, what would happen if I'm going to hold shift and pull from the corner. But like if I take this and I make a copy of it and a copy of it, and let's say I just flip this guy around this way or whatever, you know, so I've got all this going on. If I double click in one of these, it's going to yell at me. It's going to say, hey, you're about to edit this symbol. And I'm like, all right, whatever. So if I hit OK, and then I come in here and I'm like, all right, let's click in here and let's make this long. Okay. Now, if I get out of this isolation mode, watch all of the symbols. They all just got that longer feather. So when you edit one, you edit all of them. If you add something extra into one, you're adding it into all of them. If I double click into this and hit OK, and then I come in here with, I don't know, a curvature tool, and I just put like a little curve on here. Okay, I don't know why I would do that, but let's say I do that. Okay, if I get out of here, now they all have that little thing on their little eyeballs. Okay, now I'm going to go get rid of that because I don't want that. But that's what's going to happen because they're all connected. Okay, now if I click on one of these and at the top I click break link, this guy is now not connected to the symbols. These are symbols. You can tell because they have plus signs on them. He is not a symbol. He is pieces again. He's not even grouped anymore. I'd have to go group him again. So when you break a link to the symbol, now it's its own little thing. Okay? All right, I'm going to get rid of all these little extra guys and just make this one big again. But remember, this is the symbol, so this is no longer in pieces. Okay? And then the symbol is also up here. All right, we have created multiple artboards. So at this point, we're going to switch to one of those other artboards. And we can do that by going up to Window and Artboards. And then once we get that, let's click over here on Shirt. And now we're going to be on this one. You can also switch your artboards down here at the bottom. So to here where there's a little button that says 1, 2, 3, 4. Number 2 is shirt, 3 is logo. We named those earlier, and so I can switch to artboard 2, which is going to be this one here. And that gets us started here on our t-shirt design. We've created our symbol, and we're going to be ready to roll in creating this t-shirt.